Okay, good morning, all you wonderful people out there in TikTok land and across all the other platforms where I might post this. I just want to say that this is an update about what we were talking about yesterday about Hyundai moving into California as a possibility. And that was my speculative projection based on, what I know about what's happened over there in Georgia with their $2 billion Hyundai plant that they're building. And yes, the comment was to watch Gavin Newsom to see what he's doing and who he's meeting with, and if he's going to be sitting down at the table like he normally does with international leaders in order to strike deals that are helpful to California and also the West Coast. He's done a lot of things that have benefited the surrounding states. Okay, now at bedtime, I was going through the comments, and I'm thankful for all you guys. I'm thankful for all the interactions. I'm thankful for the comments when people don't agree with me. And I saw somebody say, why are you leaving a comment like this? Because they're hiring people, who aren't Americans, and they're not hiring the right Americans. And I thought, ooh. And I was trying to find that comment so that I could show it to you, but I couldn't find it this morning. Possibly TikTok deleted it because of that last bit. I don't know, but if you scroll through and someone finds it, point it out. And I want to point out to you that I made another video a few days ago talking about Duolingo and the most studied language in the United States. And I told you that the number 2 language on all of the language learning apps is Korean, right? Because Americans are fascinated and they love Korean culture, music, food. Everybody wants to go to Korea. Korean tourism has exploded. Their pop music is infectious. It's everywhere. All summer long, people are watching that like Demon Hunters show. It's like a little cartoon, where they play music to, go fight demons. It's great. It's great. People love this stuff, right? They can't get enough. It's probably some of the best culture we've seen in a long time, and some of the best media in culture that we've seen. And I want to point out to you that more people are studying Korean than just, people in mixed families or whatever. And when I said that there are a lot of people here in California that are both engineers and people who speak Korean and are Korean, who are Korean Americans, and God bless every one of those folks and every one of those families, they're probably enjoying all the love they're getting. I want you to understand that there are a lot of African American families and people here in California that speak Korean. There are a lot of Anglo of every variety families that don't have an Asian person in their house, that they all speak Korean too. It might be shocking to you to understand this, but it's a reality. And it is, like I said in the other video, you have to be continually preparing yourself for the future. And a lot of people are, and they just do it because this is something that they love and adore and cherish. And, you can't blame people for having like a deep love of something and internalizing it and making it about everything about their life because it makes them happy. And Korean culture makes a lot of people happy. A lot of people who've never been to Korea or who aren't Korean, or you could pass them on the street every day and you'd never know. But, if we start, making the new code word, annyeonghaseyo or annyeong, then we might be able to out ourselves and people might be like, oh my God, you too. And then it would be clear to people that there are just a lot of people on the West Coast and let me also include throughout America, because I'm going to guarantee you that because we know the facts are that nationally, the data reflects that Korean is the number 2 language studied on Duolingo, on Memrise, on on Babbel, on all of them. And it's probably number 1 in a few places. And then I told you as well that, God bless Spanish and all the Spanish speaking people and the language itself. I speak Spanish. Mi español es muy basura, but, I talk Spanish all the time. And I do it to make people laugh. My Spanish speaking friends, I do it and I get a rise out of them, and they fall down laughing because You know, it's so bad it's a comedy routine, right? And it's okay, right? It's okay. You know, don't be afraid to make a fool of yourself in this world, because that's how you improve. You improve by making mistakes. And you know, I firmly believe that Spanish is only the #1 language on these apps because the school systems force the requirement that you must learn Spanish in school. And people should be studying Spanish in school. But I guarantee you, if the school districts changed that one little thing and said, yeah, you can learn Korean as a mandatory language requirement, absolutely, and not an elective, watch what would happen. That would probably flip, because of the madness that people have for all things Korean, and going to HK Market and getting soda and ice cream and bulgogi and kimchi and the sauces, and you know, all the wonderful things that people love to do. And it's comfort. It's all about comfort, and it's all about joy, and it's all about, you know, goodness. And you know, also Americans are highly aware of films like Old Boy, which we were all blown away by. We were like, I'm sorry, what? And everybody stopped in their tracks when that movie came out, and it really set the stage for America to understand, like, oh, these people don't play around. And from that moment, everybody kind of understood, oh yeah, there's this kind of aspect of revenge in Korean culture. And then we saw Lady Vengeance. Do you remember that? Some of that media, and yeah, it's kind of, you know, I'm not saying it's like a part of everything of who they are, but they're good at it. Let's just say they're good at it. Just like, you know, just like in America, like all of us, we have a really good understanding of like organized crime, and also ingenuity, right? Americans are good at all these good things and bad things, and Koreans are like really good at revenge, apparently. So I want you to understand that there's a lot of people in America that are studying Korean, Hanguk, right? And a lot of people that can speak Korean that you would never imagine. And this is why I said what I said about California, because yeah, someone said in the comments, like you can't throw a stone in LA without hitting an engineer. And that's a fact, because of all the aerospace and all of, you know, like JPL. And did you know that Southern California, one of the main large industries in Southern California is not film and television. It's military grade armament, weapons, and technology. We've always been the #1 spot on the globe for that. That's why we have such a booming economy down here, because people love the weather, people love the culture, people love the way of life, people love the swimming pools, people love the hey, how are you? People love the would you like oat milk in your coffee, whatever. You know, we're not going to tell you no, just as long as you show up, you pay your taxes, you know, don't be committing crime, and, you know, get on with a good life. Okay? This is the update to yesterday. And I want you to know that that was a larger inclusive comment than was previously understood. There are a lot of Hispanic Americans that speak Korean, right? There are a lot of other Asian races, like Filipino people, that also speak Korean, right? A lot of Filipinos in California. Filipinos are some of the greatest people on earth, by the way. Like, if you ever need to be loved, if you're lacking love in your life, and I don't mean like intimate love, I just mean having the feeling of someone really cares about you, get some Filipino friends. And those folks and their family will show you what caring is all about, right? You could talk all day about that. A lot of African Americans I know speak Korean and love it, and they're happy to tell you about it too. So if you're watching this and you've watched all of this, show up in the comments for that, and you know, show up and just say Anyang, right? And it's like, but I appreciate, you know, I appreciate the traction. Hopefully Governor Newsom is like got something to say. And yes, I know it was 2026, by the way. My brain had slowed down for a moment because this is extemporaneous. This is unscripted, and I'm just trying to go from point to point. So forgive me with the mistakes I make, okay? All the best.